So you're trying to pick your next car in India, right? And the big question on pretty much everyone's mind is electric or CNG. Look, it's a huge decision, and the right answer, well, it really depends on how you actually drive. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and look at some real-world data to find the choice that truly fits your life.
But first, let me ask you something really important. Are you choosing your next car based on the wrong numbers? It's a super common trap, you know. We get so fixated on the showroom price or how much we're paying for fuel each day, but the real cost of owning a car, the number that actually hits your wallet over 5 or even 10 years, that's kind of hidden in the details. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into today.
Okay, so just to be super clear, this breakdown is specifically for you if your daily drive is somewhere in that 20 to 60 kilometer range, mostly in city traffic. If your main goal is finding the most practical, cost-effective car for that daily grind, then yeah, you're definitely in the right place.
So what's the core dilemma we're all facing here? Well, it's basically a clash between cost and convenience. On one side, you've got CNG, the proven, practical, and pretty affordable choice. And on the other, you have EVs, the clean, quiet, futuristic option. And Indian buyers, we're stuck right in the middle.
And really, it's a perfect storm, isn't it? Petrol prices are just soaring, and that's forcing everyone to look at alternatives, which makes CNG look incredibly tempting. But at the exact same time, you've got government incentives and battery tech that's getting better and better, making EVs a real practical option now. So the big question is, for your daily drive, which one is actually going to save you more money and hassle in the long run?
All right, let's get straight to the numbers that matter most, the real running cost. And I'm not talking about the sticker price just yet. I mean what you'll actually pay for every single kilometer you drive.
Okay, so this data from a real-world test tells a really fascinating story. Check this out. An EV that you charge at home, it's incredibly cheap to run. We're talking just over 1.5 rupees per kilometer. But, and this is the big but, if you have to rely on public fast chargers, that cost just skyrockets. It becomes nearly the same as a CNG car. This one point is absolutely crucial. Cheap electricity at home is the EV's financial superpower. Without it, the advantage kind of vanishes.
Right, but we all know EVs cost more to buy in the first place. So the question is, how long does it take to actually earn back that extra money through fuel savings? Well, here's the magic number. Over 123,000 kilometers. That's the distance you need to drive an EV for its cheaper running costs to finally cancel out its higher price compared to a CNG car.
So what does that huge number actually mean in terms of time? This really puts it in perspective. If your daily run is about, say, 33 kilometers, it could take you more than a decade to break even. A whole decade. But if you're driving a lot more, closer to 100 kilometers a day, that time shrinks to just about 3.5 years. See? Your daily mileage completely changes the financial math.
Okay, so spreadsheets and calculations are one thing. But what about just living with these cars? How do they actually fit into your daily life? Let's move beyond the numbers for a bit and talk about the day-to-day convenience and what it's like to actually drive them.
And honestly, the daily experience is like night and day. With an EV, your refueling is just plugging it in at home overnight, just like your phone. The drive itself, it's silent, it's incredibly smooth, and that instant power makes zipping through city traffic feel totally effortless. Now, a CNG car, that's a different story. It means planning trips to the pump, and yeah, often waiting in some pretty long lines. And on the road, you'll feel that power lag when you really need to overtake someone, and you've always got that engine hum in the background.
And look, this isn't just some small inconvenience we're talking about. It's a real time waster for people who own these cars. This comment from a user just nails it. Spending 20 to 30 minutes in a CNG queue becomes a regular part of your life. With an EV, that ability to refuel while you sleep, well, that's a massive lifestyle advantage.
But what about 5 or even 10 years down the road? I mean, buying a car is a long-term commitment, right? And both of these technologies come with their own set of worries and questions for the future.
So what are the things that are actually keeping buyers up at night? Well, for EVs, the #1 fear, by far, is the huge potential cost of replacing that battery pack once the warranty is over. And for CNG, the big concern is the long-term health of the engine, plus the very practical headache of losing most of your boot space to that giant cylinder. Okay, so let's tackle that big EV fear head-on, the battery. The standard battery warranty from most manufacturers is actually surprisingly good. It typically covers the battery and the motor for 8 years or a massive 160,000 kilometers. Think about that. That provides a huge safety net, protecting the single most expensive part of the car for what is, for most of us, the entire time we'll even own it. So we've broken down the running costs, we've talked about daily convenience, and we've looked at the long-term worries. Now it's time for the verdict. Let's put all the pieces together and figure out which of these cars is the right one for you. Okay, let's be really clear. An EV is the smart choice for you if, and this is a big if, a few key things are true. First, your daily commute has to be consistently high. We're talking over 80 kilometers so you can actually recover that initial high cost. Second, you absolutely must have a dedicated spot to charge at home. That's non-negotiable. And finally, if you really value a modern, quiet, and powerful driving experience above everything else, then yeah, the EV is just unbeatable.
On the other hand, a CNG car is the pragmatic winner if your daily drive is more in that moderate 40 to 60 kilometer range. It gives you immediate savings right from day one without that huge upfront investment you have with an EV. This is the logical choice if your top priority is the lowest possible purchase price and you're okay with the trade-offs in performance and convenience. So here's the most important takeaway from all of this. The best car isn't the one with the fanciest tech or the one everyone's talking about. No, the best car is the one that actually fits your real everyday life. So the final decision is simple. Choose based on your lifestyle, not the hype.